Howdy folks, it's Turtle here and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. We're going to do legs 3 and 4 of the Appalachian Summit bush trip. I normally start on the menu screen so we can see where we're going, but I forgot to because I was so excited. So anyway, we're going to look at this view and soak this in for a moment. Those of you who made it through the first video of this bush trip, thank you. It was kind of wordy and not my normal rhythm, but that's just how it goes. Hopefully this will be better, so thank you for coming back. And look at those shadows. How come I've never noticed the shadows were on? That's awesome, because they still have really awesome frame rates, but I didn't notice that. Anywho, we are in, well, not the middle of the Appalachians, but we're in a little ways. And I just can't wait to see what's in store. So I do have some Appalachian stories to tell, if I remember them and if they apply. Wait a second, where do they put us? Do we have enough runway? Do I have to back taxi? No, we're good. Okay. I will tell the stories if I remember to when the time comes. Let's repair and refuel. There we go. Let's go over here and let's get rid of this. I have left the sim now. It's a different day in real life. So therefore, we do need to do our own navigation. We no longer have the GPS to help us because for some reason, if you leave the sim and come back, you lose GPS, which is fine. I don't mind, but it's weird that it happens that way. Like, why wouldn't it be all or nothing for the whole thing, right? Alright, let me move my microphone. Sorry, hopefully it doesn't make too much crazy noise. Alrighty, so there you go. We got the intro out of the way. Ow, my toe is still broken, and I just touched the rudder pedal with my broken toe. Yikes. Alright, here we go. What are we doing? We're going to 57 November Charlie. It's a quick one. Take off from the airport and pass to the south of Blairsville to reach Beasley Knob. That's right away, so we'll keep going together here before sightseeing Brasstown Bald. Head due east from Beasley Knob, gaining altitude to reach the highest point in Georgia, Brasstown Bald, 4,784 feet above sea level. So that reminds me we should probably get our autopilot set up. If it's going to be 4,000, 5,000 feet, let's go 6,000 feet just to be safe. We were at 8,000 last time, did not need to worry about the mixture, which, again, like I said in the last video, I'm not going to talk about unless we need to. Flight director's on. We have to use the heading bug for this because there's no GPS. We're going to go up 1,100 feet per minute, which seems to be working out. 6,000 should be good if it's accurate. That's kind of pushing it. It's kind of close. We should probably do 7,000. Let's do that to be safe. I was going to do one more thing over here. Where's my rhythm? Oh, yeah, heading bug. Heading bug. Can I move this over? There we go. What did it say? 75 degrees to start. Let's just hit this so it's, come on, push, thank you. 75 degrees to start, and we're only going to do that for a minute or so, so that's pretty much right away. And then we're going to go 97 and then 15 to Chaduge Lake from Brasstown Bald. Gain a visual on and visit the lake, a large reservoir to the north of the peak that straddles the Georgia-North Carolina border. Okay, so we're going to look for a big old lake. We're going to do that as a group. I'll have to come back to this for the headings and the timing, but it shouldn't be too bad to figure out. There we go. Anything else to say? I don't think so. In case I didn't make it obvious, we navigate using the heading bug so that we, with autopilot, so that we can sightsee. If I weren't making videos out, or if I were doing VR, I would probably just hand fly the whole time. Maybe. I don't really know because I haven't done it. I've only done this during making videos, and I haven't done VR. Okay, repair and refuel, I forget that. No, we did that already. Okay. Parking brake is off, let's get going. Parking brake is on now. Never seems to matter. Alrighty, we're not going to worry about the timer, because by the time we get in the air and get situated, we'll be at our city. So, whoa. It's really hard to do rudder pedals with a broken toe. Sorry, I'm trying to use a different part of my foot, and it's not working. Let's get up in the air. Come on. There we go. Brake to stop the wheels. Gear coming in. I don't know why it's doing those little stalls. It never used to until 2 updates ago it started. Not sure what's going on there. And flaps coming in. And 75 degrees, which is over here. For a minute something, minute 16 I think. Yeah, we'll just fly. We're not worried about the timer. And I'm not doing 75 degrees because I don't want to hit that hill. Once we gain some altitude, then we'll go back to 75 degrees. Look at that cool bridge over the river. I am hand flying because it's fun. But as soon as we engage autopilot, we will go to sightseeing, which means you don't have to listen to my voice. I know some of you want me to talk more and talk through everything. Others don't want me to talk at all. I'm gonna do it the way I want to do it. Sorry. There's our town of Blairtown? Blairsville. There it is. Can we hop outside and use this view? There we go. We can. We need to have the HUD in the way because you cannot turn the HUD off in bush trips. You can turn the HUD off in free flight though. Anyway, I better get back in the plane because we're getting all kittywampus here. We're going to stall. Oh, no, we're not, but we're good. All right, so here we go. There's Blairstown. So now we go to what? 97 degrees. Look at that. 98 degrees. Close enough. Let's hit the heading thing so that it resets for us right here. Boom. 97. There we go. And how many minutes for this one? Just 2 minutes. And then we get to the highest peak, which is right in front of the nose. Do you see it? I would say that's pretty obvious. How we doing altitude? We're good. Everything is going well. I think we can do autopilot now. Let me let's do autopilot and let's increase our rate up to 1,500 feet. That's kind of steep. Let's do 1,400 feet per minute and keep an eye on our airspeed so we don't stall. Look around for a minute together before we turn loose on sightseeing. Actually, we probably won't do sightseeing without me until we get to the peak, just because we got to manage some stuff here. It's pretty busy at the moment. I'm not worried about the timer quite yet. I think I should come down 100 feet per minute because they're slowing down. There we go, that's better. Looking good. We can use the drone now to look outside. And so far we do not need to worry about mixture. I know I mentioned that in the previous video and this video. I don't really want to talk about it in this aircraft because there was a problem last time. But generally when you get higher up, you got to bring back your mixture, right? Or conditioner, depending on the aircraft. In this aircraft, even though it has a blue lever, you still bring it back. Someone told me you don't, but you do. It does work in other aircraft, but it didn't in this one. I'm not going to worry about it more than that. That's what I'm getting at, though. There's your Blairsville right there. And here is your mountain peak right here. And we will be plenty high to clear it. That is good. That is clearly the peak right there. We'll be able to go over it on the left, look out the left. And what was next? The last thing we were going to do is we're going to look for the lake. Oh yeah, we're going to turn 15 degrees and look for a big lake, which is that one, obviously. I'm trying to look for a peak here. Yeah, once you get to the peak, we'll turn 15 degrees. And there's our lake, right? Whoops. Which one is it? This one. Oh, there we go. There's the lake right there, obviously. But we'll remain at this altitude. There's the peak in the GPS right there. Ooh, let's nose down. Even though it's going to nose down for us automatically. There we go. That was startling. Alrighty, let's head underneath and look at this peak while the airplane almost stalls itself, and then we'll turn left in just a moment. And then we'll get to some sightseeing. There's your peak, because we're going to go over it. Alrighty. We'll turn in a second, but after the lake, we're going to fly over 2 ridge lines to Nantahala Lake. And after that, there's Fontana Lake, formed by the Fontana Dam. So 3 lakes to look at, which we will do via sightseeing, which means I won't be talking. However, I will obviously be doing the navigation. So what do we need to do? We need to go to 15 degrees, which is all the way back here. And we will look out the window for the turn. Don't worry, I just want to get it situated. And there we go, right over the peak. Oh, did you see that? There's like a building there. What was that? Look at that. See, look, cool. That is so cool. That's awesome. Well, let's go inside and enjoy the view. There we go. Alright, we're going to go this lake, and then once we get over this lake, I'll make the next turn to the next lake, and then the next lake, and we don't need the timer. These are pretty obvious things. And, there you go. Alright, sightseeing now, and I'll see you in a little bit. Enjoy the views. Alright, we're reaching Fontana Lake, which we can't see because it's under the nose. Let's hop outside super briefly. There we go. So far, our altitude has been perfect, and the scenery has been amazing. And we're flying down these valleys just above terrain elevation, but we're in the middle of the Appalachian Mountains. Very, very cool. Alrighty, let's see what is coming up next. We want to go to the Tuckasegee River for only a minute and a little bit. So let's do 67 now on the heading bug. We'll turn us a little bit to the right. We will look out the window, of course. Put that away and look out the window. There we go. We're going to follow the river, wherever that may be, for just a minute or two. So basically we're going to follow this river. And then after the river, we go right to the airport. Sossamon Field. It's paved, but it's in the trees. 57 November Charlie. There it is, right there. Okay, so we're going to use the GPS. We're going to fly this straight until we line up the runway. Then we'll turn. Looks like there's an airplane landing there right now. Cool. Alright, where do you think it is, though? Let's hop outside and have a peek, not to cheat, but just to look around. Let's watch where that airplane is going, because they're landing there. Maybe they're landing there, maybe not. I don't know. Regardless, we're way too high. So let's come in here, turn this off, and come right. Gears up, I know. Throttles back. Let's circle around to land. Oh my, there's a lot of airplane traffic here. Look at that one. That's a big dude. Oh my, look at that guy. Whew. Let's see. The airport is right there somewhere. Wait a second. Oh no, is it in the mountain? Oh dear. This could be interesting, to say the least. We're about to go right over it. Can we use the drone just for a second? We're going over and I don't see it. Do you see it? Is it that? Is it that? It might be that. On top of that ridge? Is it on top of that ridge? It has to be. Oh, yes it is, because there's the white building. Okay, this is going to be interesting. It's right here, I think. Right? Do a wing dip. No, it isn't, but I lost it. Shoot. I saw it for a second. Okay, now it's going to be on the side. Do a wing dip. Can we see it underneath us? It's there. I know it is because I saw it. So what approach do we want to take? Okay, it says we're going runway headings. Let's hit the heading bug right now. So now we know runway heading. There it is. Now I found it again. Let's do a traffic pattern from here and circle to land. And then we should have plenty of runway, but let's enjoy the city while we're here, right? Might as well. Let's get some throttle back in so we don't slow down and don't descend. Of course, we'll pitch down to get more speed, but then we'll descend too much, so the throttles will keep us from descending. So hopefully there's no one underneath us trying to land or take off. Actually, they're trying to land, we'd be fine. We'll just do a nice wide traffic pattern here. Let's keep our speeds out of flap range though, and we should be good. I'm glad that was easy to spot because I was very nervous for a minute. I had it in my sights and then I lost it, but we're good. Alright, I want to pitch down for speed, but I don't want to descend, so we're getting some throttles in here. Alright, parallel to the runway now. We know that because we're heading bug. Let's just go like this, keep our elevation or altitude level using throttles. As soon as we turn, we will get gear down and get into flap range here. Okie dokie, it is time to turn around. We'll get gear down even though we're in the middle of a turn, and flaps, which probably wouldn't want to do in the middle of a turn, but we are. Keep an eye on that speed though. We don't want to get too slow here. And let's not lose the airport either. We wouldn't know when we're perpendicular to it because we're heading bug, which we are now. But I don't want to hit that mountain. So let's Keep an eye out here for the airport, wherever it went. There it is. Good grief. It is really difficult without peripheral vision to do this, but we can do it. We've done it hundreds of times. Full flap now. That wasn't the most graceful base and final, but we're fine. Alrighty. Descending, but we're keeping our speed about the same, which is good. We want to clear those trees. This is a lot narrower than it looks. And we're landing uphill, which makes a big difference. So here we go. Let's not get too slow because we will stall before the red, we've learned. We want to clear these trees too. So we're going to get over these trees, nosedive the last bit, level off, let ground effects soften the blow, and then we should be golden. So here we go. Oh, we hit the tree. Oh my gosh, we hit the tree. That is so frustrating. I think it'll restart us though, right at the runway. Let's see where it puts us if we restart. Oh, it does bring you all the way back. Dang it. Okay. It used to let you continue where you left off, and then you'd be like right where you crashed, which for us would be on the airport already. So I'm going to fly this quickly. Oh boy, and I will have you rejoin me when we're about to land again. That's a huge bummer. I also have a child that really wants my attention, so I will be back with you. For you, it's just going to be a quick cut. Alright, we're pulling on to our final again, and hopefully it works out this time. I don't want to have to do this a third time, but it's also not very fair that there are trees right in the way, so, whoops, come on. I also need to find it. I lost sight of it here. Where is it? There it is, right in front of us, directly in front of us, right there. So we're going to come down even slower, and then we are going to drop right after the trees, let ground effects keep us from smashing into the ground, and then there should be plenty of runway, plus we're going uphill, so we should be good. It's just, I don't know, I'm kind of bummed about those trees, but I didn't want to nosedive and smash into the ground, but I guess we're going to have to. So, quick review of the procedure here. We're going to come in even slower, probably maybe even teasing the stall buzzer over those trees, and then nosedive, let ground effects soften us up, and then we're landing uphill. So we're going to lose speed incredibly quickly, so we can actually land quite long and we'll still be fine. And these dumb little stall things in the sim are driving me insane. Alrighty, so here we go. We're just about where the stall horn comes into play. We're going to control the speed here. It is pretty windy, but not terrible. Keeping a steady speed. We're going to come in much higher this time. And we can't see anything, so we're going to have to just keep going a little bit here. And now, can we come down? Don't hit the trees again. There we go. We're going to stall and soften out. Soften. Ooh, is it going to let us keep that? Okay, we did it. That was horrible. I can't believe they let us keep that. That would have trashed the entire gear and everything. That was horrible, but it's not my fault they put a tree on the runway at the end. Okay, that was leg 3, I think. So leg 4 in this video. Here we go. Okay, let's come down here, turn pitot heat back on, and then come over here and repair and refuel. And I cannot believe they let us keep that landing. We smashed the ground so hard. I mean, it doesn't look that bad from here. I mean, it doesn't look that terrible. But when you're in the plane, it looked really... I mean, I'm talking about land, I'm talking about the approach. It doesn't look too bad from here, but... Man, I don't know. That was rough. Even though it's... I mean, the runway's so long, we could have just landed 3/4 of the way down, but... Oh well. If we flew here regularly, we would do better, right? But anyway, enough of that chaos. Let's see. We're going to go to the end of the runway and turn around so we can land or take off downhill. But let's read about where we're going. Where are we going? Great Smoky Mountains National Park. I have been here before, which means it is story time. After we get in the air, launch from the field and head to northwest to fly over the border of the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. The park, which protects the Great Smoky Mountains, part of the Blue Ridge Mountains of the Appalachians, lies on the Tennessee-North Carolina border and is the most visited national park in the United States, and as such is both a natural and cultural icon of the country. Gatlinburg, Tennessee, with Pigeon Forge to the north. We will talk about that. We're there already, apparently. 36 seconds out. Then after that, we're going to go to the Buzzardorst Mountain. Okay. And then right after that, we're going to turn to the north and fly to Clingman's Dome, which lies on the Tennessee-North Carolina border and is the highest mountain in Tennessee at 6,643 feet above the sea level. It is also the highest mountain in Great Smoky Mountains National Park and the highest point on the famed Appalachian Trail, which weaves throughout the forest most of the chain of mountains. Adjusting my microphone, sorry. So that all happens very quickly. So we're going to get in there and do these things very quickly. And then we'll go to due east to Little Bald Knob, located on the southeastern border of this Great Smoky Mountains National Park. Okay, so we're going to fly the park basically with me chit-chatting the whole time because it's very quick. And then 6 minutes after, we'll be at the edge of the park. So you can cover the whole park in 8 minutes or so. Alrighty, let's head up to 7. What do we do? We need to do 8,000 feet for this, don't we? 8,000 feet it is. Whoops, 8,000 feet. Flight director, use the heading bug. We're going to go up at about 1,100. Let's do 1,200 feet per minute. Our first heading is 332. Which we'll just go back like this. 332, then 334 right after that. So let's just do 334 right away. And then after that, 2 degrees. And then after that, 98 degrees, my sister's favorite band, boy band. And then we'll get to sightseeing without my voice here. So there we go. Looking for basically 2 big mountains and then a smaller one. Okay, cool. Let's go do our taxi view, which we don't use very much. And we're going to taxi out. And parking brake is up. No, off or on, you decide. There we go. We'll turn around, take off downhill. So, Gatlinburg, Tennessee, the honeymoon capital of the world. My wife and I did end up there on a honeymoon, not on purpose. We got married, moved to Oxford, Ohio, just outside of Cincinnati. Left on our honeymoon in my car, just drove southeast, got into the foothills of the Rocky, or the Smoky Mountains, we called them, even though they're called Appalachian Mountains, the whole thing. Drove through the mountains, visited some random places. We would just pull up to a hotel or call a hotel, be like, hey, do you have a room tonight? And that's just what we did. Bounced around hotel to hotel. It was super fun. And ended up at Gatlinburg for like 2 nights before meandering our way home. That was our honeymoon. So 2 nights of the week were in Gatlinburg. It was fun. The cool thing about being in Gatlinburg on your honeymoon is that mostly it's family reunions. It's a lot of large groups. So you just show up anywhere you want, say, hey, we got 2 people, you get in right away. All these other people had to wait hours for like tables at restaurants and stuff, but with 2 people, you just say, I got 2. They always have room for 2. So it's interesting. We stayed in a hotel along this river. It was gorgeous. We went to Smoky Mountain National Park several times. Lots of bear activity though, so signs everywhere that literally said, do not let your kid wander ahead of you because it will be taken by a bear. Some really cool waterfalls and stuff without even hiking very far. You could hike very far, but you don't have to. Like, just 100 yards and you're at these really cool things. Appalachian Trail, we hiked it for a tiny bit through there just to say we could do it, like a mile. My wife has been further, and she has a family friend who's done the entire thing several times. And he's in his 80s, and he's done it just recently. The entire Appalachian Trail. Really cool. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much it for story time. You can look up the rest of the stuff about the area if you want to. But it was really cool. I love driving the switchbacks in my car. It was a manual transmission, so that was really fun. My first time on any type of mountain, period. So that was really cool. But we had a blast. Yeah, blast of honeymoon. I'm glad we were just there for 2 days, though. It was so crowded and so busy. So busy. Of course, Dollywood is just a short drive away. And we're going to fly over it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make out Gatlinburg because it's so covered in trees in the forest. You probably won't see anything from the air. Pigeon Forge you would see. It's all cement. I hated Pigeon Forge. I did not like it. Not my type of place. Alright, here we go. We're all set to go, I think. We're going to do a turn and burn. And hopefully this is not going to crash us into the tree. If we do, we don't have to go very far to start again. But we'll be fine. We got plenty of space, right? Quit those stalls, please. Yeah, we're gonna get some speed though, so I can go straight up and pop over these trees, just like this. Bam, bam, bam. Gear coming in. Pull up, pull up, pull up. Very good. And boom, there we go. All right, let's head this way. We're gonna hand fly for a moment here. And there are our mountain peaks already just coming into view to the side that we're looking for. There we go. All right, we're gonna do this for a little bit. We're gonna say like a minute or 36 seconds, yeah. Okay, boom, we're now entering Great Smoky Mountain National Park, and then we're gonna go to Buzzard Mountain, or whatever it's called, which is right over there off the nose. I just don't want to hit it. And then after that, we're gonna look for Kleeman's Dome. Okay, cool. So again, I don't know if we're gonna make out Gatlinburg from here, or Pigeon Forge from here, but that's where we are. All right, we're gonna keep this heading. Whoa, how are we doing? Can we go into autopilot yet? We're not getting very much altitude climb right now. We're slow. Our speed is getting kind of slow. I'm gonna hand fly it here, just for a moment. Let's get back on track now that we're getting around this mountain, which is what we want to look at, are these two here, that one and the one in the background. So there you go. There's your Buzzard, whatever they called it, mountain. And then Kleeman's Dome is over there. We got a little bit off course just to avoid terrain. There you go, Kleeman's Mountain is in front of us. How we doing here? We're climbing? Let's climb a little bit more steeply. Just a little bit. We're still hand flying, so no sightseeing yet. But we're doing okay, we're doing okay. So wants us to move to 2 degrees now to go into the dome, but we're not going to make that yet, so we're going to stay to the side of it here. I'm still hand flying, still a lot of fun. But we're not quite ready to let the autopilot machine take over. Come on, keep that climb going. Keep it going. Whew. I'm tempted to play with the throttle thing, or the mixture thing, but if you don't need to, I'm not going to. Let's see, whoops, wrong one. This one, there we go. There is the dome. As soon as we get over it, we will turn 98 degrees, it said? Yeah, my sister's favorite boy band. Yep. That's a pretty steep turn to the right, too, so we're going to get ready for it. Just because we're going to be a little bit off, because we're not going directly over the dome. So we're going to want to turn as soon as we feel safe. Right, we're within 1,000 feet of our desired altitude, which would put us above that, but we're not above it quite yet. But as soon as we get to this ridge, we'll let autopilot take over. And this is going quite swimmingly, if I may say so myself. Very cool. Alright, how we doing? Are we ready to let autopilot take over? I think we can. Let's hit autopilot. Let's bring the nose down to 800 feet per minute. 900 feet per minute, there we go. Computer is flying right over the ridge line. Couldn't have timed that more perfectly. Alright, and then what were we doing after that? Come on. There it is. Now we're going to Little Bald Knob, which is 6 minutes out. So let's get the timer going. And we'll do 6 minutes. And start it. And there we go. I'm going to give my voice a rest while I make sure we don't crash. And I'll see you in 6 minutes or so at Little Bald Knob, or Little Knobby Ball. Little Bald Knobs either. I'm actually going to interrupt sightseeing because there it is. There's Pigeon Forge, see? And there's Gatlinburg right there. And then you drive up into the mountains and you can drive this. This is the border of the states, I believe. You can drive this. I've driven that, and I've been to this mountain we just went over. So I've been here before. It's awesome. It is worth it. Do it if you can. It's very expensive, though. It's especially expensive if you have to fly there because you got to fly to, I think, Knoxville is the closest place. And that's an expensive place to fly. But anyway, there you go. So we're on the border of the Tennessee, North Carolina border. That's what this road is. You're literally driving on the border. Anyway, cool. Let's get back to sightseeing just a little bit. Alright, I'm pretty sure we are there. If I look outside, pretty sure this is it right here. So we made it. Wow. Look at that back there. That is awesome. Very, very cool. So now we have to get back inside and do the next thing, which is what? Where are we? Canton. Continue east, flying up Pigeon Forge River to the town of Clyde to reach the town of Canton. So 2 towns. We're going to stop. We're going to reset and start over. And then we're going to go 101 degrees, which isn't much of a difference, but it makes a huge difference. So there you go, 101 degrees, a little bit of a turn. That little body of water is right there, and Canton is right there. So how long is it going to be? About 4 or 5 minutes, and then we're going to gain visual of the Asheville Regional Airport to the southeast and land. Sorry, my microphone at the airport. Kilo Alpha Victor Lima. Okay, so I guess that's it. I will see you when I see an airport. Enjoy Clyde Canton, and hopefully I find the airport. There it is right there. And there's the airport. Alright, I'll see you when we get there. Alright, we just went over Clyde and about to go over Canton. And there's our airport over here. So we're going to fly pretty much straight out this way so we can get a good long final towards that airport. I don't want to have any scary approaches again if I can help it. Hopefully the previous leg is the scariest we'll have for the next couple years. Hitting those trees was not fun. Let's hop outside. There we go. There's Canton. Right there below us and off into here. Pretty good sized town. The airport is probably off right over there, I'm guessing, since it goes out to the river and down. Whoop, did I see a beacon? I did not see a beacon. But anyway, let's just enjoy the scenery together here while I clear all my hiccups. And then let's look back. into Great Smoky Mountain National Park, which we have flown over completely. Like I said, go there if you can. It's busy though, and it's expensive, but go if you can. It's worth it. In fact, it snowed when we were there, didn't it? We were there in July, and I think it snowed at the top of one of the mountains, if I remember. It was awesome. It was so awesome. Anywho, time to hop in and get ready to land. I'm just going to come into view hopefully pretty soon. So the airport should be right here, I think. There's the body of water, there's the airport. So maybe we will soften our turn a little bit and no, soften our approach. I mean, no, that should still be enough space. I just want to make sure we have enough room on our final, you know. Yeah, I don't know. I see the runway lights. I think we're a little bit too close. Let's see who's texting me. Sorry, I was sending dad jokes to my mom friends, and they love them. All right, so remember, my mom friends are up super late at night like I am, because the only way for us to get alone time is to put our children and spouses to bed, and then we have alone time, so we're all up late. Anyway, all right, focus on flying the plane, and let's land. Keep an eye on those runway lights, though. We don't want to lose them, because we have a really good visual of them. So it's right behind the whiskey compass right now, but let's come down, watching the other air traffic take off and go. We're kind of flat and level considering they're climbing. Oh no, because they're staying level at 6,000 feet. Okay. All right, let's see. I lost sight of the airport because I was too busy looking at the airplane. Here you go, gear down. And we'll get into flap range in just a moment here. Final looks out the window. You can see where they cleared the trees for the power lines. That's pretty cool. Roads, a little city up that hill. Alright, are we in flap range yet? We are, first set of flaps. Keep an eye on our speed, but watching the traffic, because that is so cool to watch. Oh man, that is so cool. Oh, and the bridge and everything. But we gotta fly an airplane and land it. That's what we're doing. We're landing an airplane. But just look at everything. That house on the hill. Alright, we were established on the Pappy, and then I looked at my phone, and no, we're not. No, phone's in the cockpit. Full flap now. Slow and steady wins the race. I mean, it's exciting to land in those crazy areas, although it hasn't been too crazy on this bush trip, but we have landed in some pretty crazy areas and done fine. And did fine. And we've been okay. But these open areas, it seems like you're just going so slowly when you're not, but there we go. It's still fun. Alright, here we go. No excuses for this. Let's get back lined up. We do have a little bit of wind from the left. We're not going to worry about it too much. And we're just above what is being stall speed, I guess. There you go. Come down. We're going to ride this one out a little bit longer than we normally would. And where is that stall horn? Level off a little bit. And where are you, stall horn? Whatever, we touched down anyway. There we go. Fine landing, if I may say so myself. Nose wheel down gently, of course. Keep the yoke back so it goes down on its own. There we go. Step on the brake. Flaps coming in. And we're golden on that one. Whew. Not too bad. So that will conclude this video. You know the drill. Like and subscribe so you know when the next legs come out. And I'll see you then. Simple as that.